What up, everybody? I just had a great episode with a kid named Broder Katke. Broder is the top-rated catcher in the state of Michigan. He's a junior, he's going into his junior year here, and he's committed to Vanderbilt. But he probably, I shouldn't say that. He may not go to Vanderbilt, and he may be a first-rounder out of high school. We sat down for about 27 minutes, and I felt like I could have talked for another 30 minutes to an hour, which is so rare for a high school kid. We got into his life story. We talked about his parents, his upbringing, what made him a special kid, the media training and the moments with his dad and his youth baseball coach. So many different things that he kind of talked about that, again, explain the kind of character and the kid that he is. For him to be committed to Vanderbilt so early. The kid was getting recruited in 8th grade by UCLA, catching big leaguers. It was a really cool conversation. If you're a parent, if you're a player, if you're a kid looking to go to college, this is a great episode for you, and he's a great example of all the prospects that are kind of out there in the world and the way that he carries himself. So enjoy this episode, guys. Let me know what you think. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Up and In Show. I'm sitting on the couch here at the Stevens Complex in Troy, Michigan, with the starting catcher at Brother Rice High School, Broder Katke. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking some time. I know you guys don't have school this week, right?
No, we're off.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I feel like you guys are always off. It's crazy.
Just more time for baseball.
I know, it's unbelievable. Yeah. You guys have such a great system here. So, but seriously, dude, thank you. It's been really a joy to get to know you over the last 6 months. When I first got here, DJ had such high praise for you. And I'd heard about you, that you guys had a stud catcher here, but getting to know you as a person has been really fun for me, and that's why I wanted you to sit down and have this conversation, because the way you carry yourself, and obviously I was a pitcher, right? So there's always a connection with a catcher, but you're beyond your years. And the stories I've heard about you going on recruiting visits in 8th grade and all that, you catching me in bullpens here and catching some of these big leaguers that are going to be in the show this year, it's been really impressive. So. I just want to give you some kudos and to our listeners, this kid is special here and he's going to do some really good things in the game. So
thank you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, dude. So talk to me. You're from Michigan. You were born and raised here?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. And family, are they from here?
So
background?
my dad's from St. Louis.
Oh, nice.
He went to an all-boys Catholic school there.
Nice.
And then he actually played college soccer.
Okay.
Him and my uncle did. So he grew up kind of trying to make me the next Messi.
No way.
That was his thing, right? All soccer. And then I guess we grew up, because he's a huge Cardinals fan.
Okay.
Right from
Makes
St.
sense.
Louis.
Yeah,
so we
makes
grew
sense.
up going to the spring trainings there in Jupiter.
Well, that's sick.
And that's kind of when the love for baseball kind of started to develop. I mean, I hated soccer.
I was just going to ask.
I still can't stand it.
Okay, I was just going to ask. So soccer was out of the question early and everything.
No,
yeah.
It was all football and baseball.
Love that.
And then I stopped playing football pretty early, kind of I guess 6th, 7th grade, and really honed in and focused on baseball.
I love that. And so it was a yearly thing. You guys would go to spring training?
Yeah, when I was younger, growing up.
I love that. Yeah, that's
awesome.
really cool. So that's Palm Beach. They have such a cool setup down there.
It's so nice too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So nice.
So that's a great way to fall in love with baseball. I love
exactly.
that. So was your dad a fan of baseball, or just a Cardinals fan because he was from St. Louis and rep the team?
I just grew up playing wiffle ball.
I love that.
With his brother in the backyard, hucking it at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then just a huge Cardinals fan, but never really didn't play in high school.
I got you.
Or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hit with him from when I was growing up, and all he would tell me was just swing as hard as you can.
I love that.
That was what it was.
Yeah,
swing as hard as you can, hit the ball as far as you can.
I love it. That's awesome. What about mom? She play sports?
Black belt in karate.
What?
Yeah.
That's really badass.
Do my chores.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was you're a good kid growing up. Yeah, exactly. That's one way to keep your kids disciplined.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Exactly.
Very cool. So was your dad the one that kind of brought you to all the games, and was it you guys thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys were always going travel ball, doing all that.
Exactly. My mom, of course, is always there, and with my 2 little brothers, she's the rock, right?
I love that. Yeah.
She takes everyone. With my dad working a lot, she's doing everything for everyone.
Love that.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's great. But yeah, it was my dad. Kind of us two on car rides, right? Talking before or after games. Yeah. You know how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, no, it's great.
How old are the younger brothers? You're the oldest?
I have one that's a freshman here.
Okay.
And then we got a little lefty who's 7.
7?
Oh, he's nasty.
He got a nice swing?
Oh, he's nasty.
What position do you think he's going to play?
I don't know if I want him to catch.
I got you.
I'd rather him play corner infield or shortstop.
You've done the dirty work.
Yeah,
you don't.
exactly.
Yeah, dude. The catch. I literally tell people all the time, in pro ball, I literally would be like, grab my catchers and be like, bro, can we go to lunch, please? Like, it is such a grind.
It's a grind.
People have no idea what catching is like.
No idea.
Yeah, and I mean, I've heard you go to Harrison, right, around here, right? So you've been putting in the work since you were a young kid. Like, talk to me a little bit about what training is like for a catcher.
Yeah, so I've been working with Coach Harrison since I was 8. So, I mean, I've been working with him longer than I haven't been.
That's wild.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's my
exactly.
guy.
Yeah,
he's a great, not only coach, but a great mentor for me.
he is.
Whether I talk to him about baseball or just life in general, he's always there. So that's been awesome.
Very cool.
And then kind of, it was crazy because we were talking about it actually just recently. Like when he was playing, when I was younger, he was playing and coaching me. And like catching just keeps changing. You know what I mean?
100%.
So like the stuff we were working on, like baking in, where he's yelling at me and throwing all these blocks at me, right? Like it's just progressively changing from 9, 10, 11, and then maybe there's a new thing, right? And then a new way to do it. There's just so many different ways to do it.
Speaking of that, I love that because when I was playing, if a catcher got down on a knee and like got low, it was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like I loved it.
Everybody does.
Now it's the way that they do it, right?
You almost have to.
Yeah. So all right. So talk to me. I would imagine if he was still playing back then, and I'm going to do the math. It's been 9 years probably that you've been working with him, right? So 9 years ago, you were probably not catching the way you are now. So how much of an adjustment was that to just completely switch up how your style?
Yeah. So it's kind of like Coach Harrison's always been super, super smart. So it's almost like he was like one of the OG 1 years. So I kind of always been incorporating it.
Nice.
So the switch was a gradual. It wasn't like flipping a switch all of a sudden. Right. It was this gradual switch, kind of molding into how I catch today, right? So it really wasn't that hard, but it's just like constant work.
Yeah.
Like it's not just once a week or once a session, right? It's like constantly thinking about different ways to improve and then incorporating that into just everything.
I love that. I mean, you and I talked about it that one day. It's like, you got to be obsessed with it to be at the level that you're at and that you're going to, right, and that you want to be at. Talk to me about like how, because again, I never, caught, obviously I'm too tall for that shit, but I do take pride in like sticking balls for my pitchers and stuff like that. So talk to me a little bit about one, how different one knee is, and like, was it really hard to adjust to like the pop time, and like, was that hard? I don't even know. It seems like it would be.
So the one knee, it's actually, the receiving stuff is easier at the bottom of the zone, just because your center mass is lower, right? So, but then there's always it's a double-edged sword, right? If you're too committed to the bottom, and then you have a guy like you ride heaters at the top, and you don't know how to handle them.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Now you're going to be in a different position. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And it's all about being super athletic, right? You have to be able to move when your leg could be kicked out all the way, right? Hand mobility, hip mobility, being strong in different positions, and just being super mobile and athletic from all that stuff. The more you rep it out and the more you're stretching and taking care of your body, right, the easier those positions kind of come naturally.
No, makes sense. And that's where I was like, we were talking with Paul Fry a little bit about your pelvic tilt and things. But I mean, I watch catchers now and I'm like, dude, it is such a different beast. And like when I got to college in 08, 2009, right, I remember our catching coach bringing the guys in the corner and doing their drills, and it's like, it's just such a different world now.
Completely
I'm like,
different.
yeah, and I'm like, so I'm looking at you guys, I'm like, dude, how do they not have more knee problems, hip problems? So, but I mean, with anything, right, there's more education, and you guys know more about your body, and you're educated at an earlier age. So that's really
that's
cool.
been like one of the huge separators from maybe when I was like 2 summers ago. I had a pretty bad, not bad, but just I was out for a summer with a back injury. So me and my pop like sat down. He's like, dude, you got to start taking care of your body, like straight up, or you're gonna break down as a catcher.
Absolutely.
Right. So like these last 2 years, I've been like super, super on top of my sleep, my recovery baths, right? The Normatex, the Mark Pro stuff, even just like daily supplements, right? All that kind of like, you may not feel it, but it like all adds up.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's kind of something I feel like that's been separating, that I've been separating myself just kind of from others with that stuff, the little stuff.
That's exactly what it is, right? That's the attention to detail when you go home and you want to educate yourself on supplements, on things that are going to get your body better and put you in a position to go succeed rather than go play video games or go hang out with the boys or whatever, right? There's always time for that. But when you're dedicated to where you want to go and committing to Vanderbilt and hopefully, playing Major League Baseball, like those are the little things that separate you from the next catcher, from the next guy on your team, and the draft and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, at 17 years old, just to have that ability, like, again, I'm singing your praises a lot, but I'm doing it because, there's a lot of, I have 17-year-olds, I have kids that listen to this, I have prospects in college that listen to this, right? And so, you know, you're in a position that a lot of kids want to be at, right? Like you've worked your ass off to get there. You've put yourself in a position to succeed. And so like those little things are the things I want to magnify that I think make a huge difference, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so talk to me. We were in the indoor the other day, and Paul Fry, big leaguer, he was telling me how you were catching him in 8th grade.
Yeah.
What like
this is all through Harrison again, because Harrison's working out with the pro guys, right? And he, I don't know, 14?
Yeah.
Called me, he was like, you want to come catch? I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come catch, because I was going to go work out at 2SP anyways.
Yeah.
So I go over there, and it's like these big leaguers, or whatever, Fry, right?
Yeah, about to be, whatever, yeah.
I was like a little bit nervous. I'm like, hey, I gotta, like after this, I gotta go on a flight. My mom's gonna pick me up, and I was gonna go to UCLA to go see the campus and everything and do a camp out there. And I was telling Coach Harrison was having me catch this lefty Cam, just this big slider. I was like, yeah, like I don't want to break my thumb or anything. Like I gotta go. I'm like 14. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He throws this backdoor slider, and I catch it. I'm like, all right,
I got it. Yeah.
The next one's just this huge sweeper. I don't even catch it. Just bosh. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just broke my thumb.
Just crushed you, and then you just went on a visit to UCLA.
Just had to thug it out, though. Yeah, I was all good, though.
You just had to smile and be like, no, that was good pitch. And you're just like, meanwhile, you're like, how am I going to catch this next one?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Kinshaw, I was killing.
Yeah, absolutely. But 8th grade, dude, like, I mean, I got recruited in my junior year of high school, and it was a lot for me. My family didn't have any background in college recruiting, you know, what were you going through at 8th grade? Who were some of your mentors? Who was kind of educating you through that process? Yeah,
kind of back to Coach Harrison, and my dad did a great job, but also kind of my summer ball coach, Coach Tony for the Hit Dogs, was like the first guy to kind of get all these schools to reach out, right? He had connections with Alex Mooney playing for him, and Alex Mooney going to Duke, right? Yeah, so I had a couple schools reaching out when I was in 8th grade, which was really cool. Obviously, the rules are different now.
Right.
But I think that's kind of part of the maturity level, right? Having to like be able to hold a conversation with these coaches, right? I don't want to sound like I can't have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So me and my dad talking down and us going over these conversations, right? So us going over how to hold a conversation, how to look someone in their eyes, right? All this stuff. Just kind of stuff I was raised on that now I have to really go and do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, it matters, yeah.
Yeah. So being able to go and do that, super helpful. I look at it now and I'm like, Dad, I don't want to go and do this. I don't want to talk to you for an hour and rehearse what I'm going to say, right? But looking back on it, probably the best thing for me, right? Being able to go and hold a conversation and all that stuff. So it was great. A little bit of pressure, obviously, right? When you're calling LSU once a week or Tennessee and.
Is that how it had to go? So like, I remember because like it was like text messaging. They'd be like, "Hey, can you call me?" And then if you called, it wasn't like a violation, right?
So I couldn't. They couldn't text you.
Got you. Okay.
So I was texting them, and what it'd be was, it's kind of just like relayed, right? So Coach Tony would be like the middleman.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Coach Pollard or Coach Jordan would text him.
Yep.
I'd get the time. I'd call him at that time.
Gotcha.
And then we'd talk.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So crazy how that went. But and again, like that's why I'm glad they changed the rules a little bit again, because like that's a lot of pressure for me.
It's a lot for a 15-year-old, 14-year-old kid.
And I mean, like you handled it great. And again, like I see you around here, and it definitely helped you. But like not every kid has that skill set and that ability to do that. So again, that's why I'm happy they changed it. But good for you because. And good for your dad. And just, I remember doing that as a kid. My dad would do the same things. We'd be in the car, like literally verbatim, like what you just said. We'd be in the car and he'd be like, all right, pretend I'm so-and-so, and like walking up and shake my hand. Give me a firmer handshake. Come on, look me in the eye, stand up, you know, like just little things. But when I'm walking around here and I walk out to my girlfriend and be like, dude, that kid's a high school junior, like, you know, and like, again, the way you carry yourself and that stuff is the maturity level. And I was trying to explain to her kind of how things go for mature high school kids in the draft and different things, right? And it's like the way you carry yourself and the way that big leaguers speak about you and former big leaguers and pro ball guys, that goes a long way in the draft and college ball and where you want to go. So again, like these skill sets that you have cultivated from mentors, from leaders, also just what you've learned about, you know, being around people and stuff like that is pretty impressive. So
thank you.
Really cool. Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's kind of just being a sponge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the first day I was in there catching you guys, just asking questions is huge. And not only asking, but like being meaningful and learning from them.
No, I thought, you asked me a question about, you know, this was weeks ago, and I was just like, I did a double take because I was like, first of all, who fucking thinks like that at 17, 16, 17 years old? And I was like, and then he's like really listening and applying this, and it makes sense to him. And I was like, that's a high level conversation. That's high level IQ, but it's because you've been around people, you've now become comfortable. When you're in 8th grade and you're nervous catching a guy and you get through that and you realize you can do it, you know what I'm saying? That's really cool. So, and again, to everybody listening, those are the ways that you learn and grow. I'm sitting here with Mike Steele and watching him do biomechanic work, and I'm like, this is maybe some of the best instruction I've ever heard in my life, right? Yeah. So learning never stops. It doesn't matter how old you are, how far you've gone. There's so many people that can teach you. So talk to me now, you're in 8th grade, you're getting recruited by UCLA and West Coast schools and probably pretty much anywhere you want, probably. And now you got to make a decision about where to go to high school. So you're literally getting recruited by colleges and you're like, wait, I got 4 years of high school first. So talk to me about that decision. How does that work here?
So I grew up going to middle school at Country Day.
Yep.
Went to Hugo for a year.
Okay.
And then that was kind of when I was talking to all those schools.
I've hooped over at Hugo. St. Hugo's?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
That's
right by my house.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, that's the spot.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of I loved Country Day growing up, so I was kind of set on that. So I was cool. Actually, DJ, when I was at St. Hugo, sent me like this long text.
No way.
He's like, whatever, just this story about how he went to Rice, how I should go to Rice. I was like, I don't know, I'm going to turn this down.
It's kind of tough.
I just responded. I was like, thank you so much. I don't know. I think that might be all I said. And then I ended up going to Country Day. I was like, damn, all right. Well, and then, so I've been working out at 2SP forever, right? All these Brother Rice guys are there, and just the culture there's awesome, right? Just getting after it, and not only getting after it, but like getting after each other.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Pushing each other, making each other better.
Part of this,
yeah.
Like straight up. And then, so when I was at Hugo, I was taking a math class at Brother Rice.
Okay.
Right, so Riker would pull me out of class, or Cheese, or Dowd, or Taransky, right? So I'd go and talk to them. So I was pretty familiar, right? And then it was just kind of committing to go and doing it. Wow. And looking back on it, I mean, it's the best decision I've ever made, so it was awesome. Yeah,
I don't know too much about Country Day, but like when I'm around here, I'm like, where else would you want to go in high school baseball?
Where else would you rather be?
That's
seriously.
Like literally that in there, I'm like, I have a lot of experience in baseball, and I'm like, I love hanging out in here. Like, I'm learning, I'm around better it makes me want to be better, just coaching, playing, everything. Yeah. So, no, it makes sense. And that's, I'm going to have to give DJ some shit that you big leagued them a little bit. And was like, dude, your letter didn't even do anything.
I mean, I was trying to be nice.
I know. And again, there's so many things that go into like making those life decisions and stuff. So, yeah, but it's pretty cool, again, to hear that's what Brother Rice has created. You have a big leaguer, or an all-star, somebody doing things at the top level, being able to be like, I want this next kid to come here and continue the legacy and continue it going, right? So, and then those are things you're not going to forget when you're in the big leagues.
And when he gives back, that makes you, the next guy, want to go and give back.
It literally motivates you guys to be like, you know what? I want to be here. I want to work. I want to give back and be the next person. So that's, again, again, what made me want to come here, and when DJ was like, this is my vision for it, I was like, yep, I'm in on that. Yeah. And like knowing his name and what he's done and all that stuff and the power that he's had here, I was like, let's go do this. So really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, so talk to me a little bit. High school goals. You get to high school, I'm sure you're on varsity as a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you start off, but now you're going into your junior year. You guys haven't won a state championship. I'm sure that's on there. Talk to me a little bit about some high school goals, some things you want to finish before you finish and go to college.
That's all that really matters.
I love it.
Just win a state championship. For rights for the guys who didn't get it the past years, and then for our seniors this year, right? Cole and Tristan, I've been with those guys the last 2 years, right? We're with each other all day, grinding all day. So it'd be for them, right? The guys their last year, and then obviously Coach. I mean, this is Coach Riker's life, right? Like this is what he does, and what he does is we're so appreciative of it, right? He's like family to us, so obviously winning it for him as well.
I love it. No, he's built a program here. I had him on the podcast, and we talked for about an hour, and I learned so much about that man and like what he's built and why he does it. And so that to me is like one of the coolest things. And again, I'm like, I want to help you guys win as much as you can, or at least continue to bring the right people in because this culture that you guys have is really impressive. And I hope, like, I don't know Tristan as much, but I've gotten to know Cole a lot, obviously. What position is Tristan? Is he
anywhere you want.
Anywhere. I love it. Yeah, he's like, I just want to win. We're going to go out there. I love that. But yeah, obviously I know Cole a little bit more from the pitching side of stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys do. You guys, the talent here, I watch you guys and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, that kid's not even on varsity. Like it's
Right.
crazy the system you guys have.
What Rikers created here is like every year Rice is going to be good. Just the amount of talent and the amount of freshmen that want to come here and want to be a Warrior and want to go wear that pin, want to go wear the white pins, right, and go play on that field. Every year Rice is going to be good.
Yep. All right, so talk to me a little bit about your decision to commit to Duke. So what was, obviously I know you're committed to Vanderbilt now, but there was a reason you committed to Duke early, and we'll get into the, obviously the way that things shifted. But when you pick a school, there's a reason that you do that. So what was the reason there?
So my mom and dad, since I was very young, have always instilled academics, right, with me and my 2 younger brothers. That's always been a huge priority for them. It was school, you're doing well, okay, go play baseball.
Yep.
Right, so that my dad went to WashU, super prestigious university,
Nice.
And my mom's super smart as well. So both of them having kids, right? That's the standard.
Yeah.
Right. So I wanted to have go to a school where baseball was not only gonna excel me in baseball, right, but after baseball, it's a 40-year plan, not a 4-year plan.
Wow.
Right. So after the degree, I'm all taken care of, no matter what happens. So that was a big part of it, and obviously. That whole staff at Duke, Coach Pollard, Coach Tyler, those guys are awesome. So that was a big reason as well.
No, absolutely, and I love hearing that. And I kind of figured it, right? Like, and again, when you carry yourself the way you do, and all that stuff, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Right.
So, like, I already knew that you were probably a good student. That when you commit to Duke, and then when Pollard gets a different job opportunity, and you decommit and go to Vanderbilt, I'm like. This school matters to this kid. Like that education matters. So talk to me then about the opportunity to pick a new school and landing at Vanderbilt.
This was a crazy time for me. So this was when I committed to Duke in 8th grade. 2 weeks after they changed the rule where you couldn't talk to these coaches.
No way. It was just right after that?
So 2 weeks after.
Wow.
So I would go down to Cary, or Durham, sorry, for like once a year to go do a camp there just to check in.
Gotcha.
So that's
that would be like your
these guys like once a year.
Wow.
So not really talking, just grinding.
Yeah.
Right. I'd text them and stuff, but they can't respond. They can just see it.
Yep.
Right. And then it came. So right after our sophomore season, early June, I see that Coach Pollard left. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I call my dad. I'm freaking out. He's like, dude, chill out. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk to anyone. All good. My agent now is awesome. John Corrett. He's the man. He knows like everyone, and everyone knows him.
Yep.
So he's awesome. And then we kind of talked it out, right? And I thought the best thing for me personally was decommitting from there, right? Before a new coach got named, because I didn't want a new coach to get named, and I decommit, right? And it looks like that's why, right?
Yeah.
That's obviously not why. I just thought reopening for myself was the best decision.
I love that. Yep.
And then had a pretty good summer. Went down to area code games. Talked to Coach.
Sorry to interrupt, but like when you re-enter when you decommit, is it basically like you're now on the circuit again? Now everybody knows who you are pretty much, but like, is it kind of like restarting like the showcase side of stuff?
So for me, I feel like I kind of already had the following where I didn't really have to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to go post like I'm reopening my stuff.
Gotcha, okay.
Just kind of like quietly took it down.
Nice.
Schools that I had interest in, my agent would reach out to, or Coach Tony.
Very cool. Yeah.
Right, and then everything kind of took care of itself.
Nice.
Going playing on big national summer circuits, right? High level comp is always great.
Yep.
So at those huge events, and then where the best players are, the best schools are, and that's where all the coaches will be.
That makes sense.
So that's what I went and did.
Love it. And then I'm assuming you took a visit to Vanderbilt, and
I did.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you a little funny story. I wanted to go to Vanderbilt so bad out of high school. Like number one where I wanted to go. David Price had just been the number 1 overall pick, like all that. They had just went to World Series. So I'm like, and they're recruiting me. And it was my best scholarship offer. So I scheduled them the last visit of all my official visits. But I went to LSU the weekend before, and they squeezed me in on a 1-day visit, and I committed on the spot at LSU, and I didn't even go to Vandy.
Party at Baton Rouge, huh?
I didn't even party. I was there for a day. I didn't go to a football game. I was just like, I know this is the place for me. I was like, I'm in. My dad and I were like, you feeling what I'm feeling? Like, let's just go commit and like all this. So I need to at least know what the visit was like on Vandy. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Vandy was the only visit that I didn't have a football game.
No, really?
I loved it.
Wow.
As soon as I saw, the big thing for me was like seeing how not only because you get to stay, I got to stay with the players, right? So how the players talk about the coaches when the coaches aren't there, right? There's such high praise and high talk about all of them, and then being able to go see them play and like the energy you felt, right? It's
very cool.
I mean, it's like infectious, and I was like, Pop, this is like where I want to be.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like you are a perfect Vanderbilt fit. I'm not even kidding. Like when I heard that's where you committed, I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you're going to be a great fit there.
Yeah. And I mean, Coach Corbin, he's the GOAT.
Legend.
That
Like
dude's
the
the
best. Like
Straight up.
it's one of my like cringe things that I like decommitted because I knew I probably didn't go on the visit, you know, and like I'm sure he lost respect for me and everything. We shook hands after, you know, like, and I played against him and all that. So like, but I was like, damn, he is one of the best ever. And I'm like, I wish I could have had a better relationship with him, you know, and that kind of stuff. But
he just sent me a picture of him. He got, I think it was like 6:30 a.m. He went and got a workout in, and then he sends me a video of him breaking his pool, his sledgehammer, diving in the pool in this freezing water.
No
and
way.
Just laying in the snow. This dude's an animal.
That is animalistic.
I love it.
I love it.
I
that
mean,
just makes me.
You want like a perfect representation of how you want your program to be? Like, that's that guy.
Go do it. Yeah, he's literally living it.
Yeah, and it's not, with me going to Vanderbilt with Coach Corbin being there, it wasn't just about baseball, but it was about how Coach Corbin not only is going to turn you into a better baseball player, but like a better man in general, right? And then baseball is going to take care of itself, right? Whether it's being a better spouse or a better father or whatever it is, right? That's what Vanderbilt baseball is going to do for you.
That's really cool, man, because Paul Maneri is now the head coach at South Carolina, and he's getting a lot of shit in the news and everything because he's old. He's almost 70 years old, but he was my coach at LSU, and the man was one of the best humans that I met in the sense of the way that he wanted to raise men. Obviously, he wanted to win on the field, and we did win on the field, but I think he was more interested in building good men and good humans and recruiting good people
Baseball
to be.
takes care of itself.
Exactly. That's what, and so like, that's why you make decisions to go to colleges, and that's why Tim Corbin's one of the greatest, you know, to ever do it, and the program is where it is. So, dude, I'm so excited for your junior year this year. I know it's crazy to think that you have a senior year after this, but I'm really excited for this year. Give me one thing that you're just like, I guess like, actually, I'm not even gonna do that. You've already said it. State championship. So one thing you're looking forward to as far as like a game, a moment. Is it opening day? Is it just like you're ready for it?
No, I mean, I want to play CC and Mary's.
Love that.
That's really it.
I love it.
And then I want to go win a state championship.
CC is Catholic
Central.
Yeah, okay. I'm still learning all the lingo.
Yeah, I know you're not from here.
I'm learning it. I knew it though. I was like, I knew that was Catholic Central. I had to think about it though
you
for a
get
second.
the rivalry though.
Huh?
It's electric.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm like. I can't wait for it. Are you guys playing home or is it?
It's both.
Both? Oh, you have both.
There.
Nice.
No, it's electric.
Yeah. All right, Broder Katke, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. This was awesome. We're definitely going to do another one as your career goes on. But this was a great start, dude, and best of luck this year. You're the man.
I appreciate having me. Thank you.